Good morning, everyone. It's Shante Collier, licensed Illinois real estate broker with Exit Strategy Realty, and you have joined me for another segment of Let's Talk Sense. We air live on Facebook every Thursday at 9 a.m. So today we're going to be talking about goal setting. It's a new year. A lot of people decide to do New Year's resolutions, or if it's not really a New Year's resolution, they want to do a reset. They want to do something different, something that will help them have a better year. And how do you go about, goal setting, having a better year, having a better whatever it is that you set your mind to. This segment is going to be about making 2018 more powerful than 2017. If you saw my video from last week, and if you didn't, go back and check it out, but I'm going to piggyback a little bit off of that video from last week where I discussed time blocking. Time blocking helps a lot with goal setting. There's no way to accomplish goals if you don't make time for it. And let me go through my folder because I keep everything in this binder, because I'm going to take out where's my time block sheet? I want to show you again this time block sheet that I have. So I'm not going to really take it out the folder, but this is the binder, and this is my weekly time block sheet. And I showed you guys this last Thursday. Like I said, if you didn't catch that video, go back and find it. You can always find it on my personal page, my YouTube. On YouTube, it's Let's Talk Sense. So if you just Google YouTube Let's Talk Sense, you should find it. But as you can see, these things on my time block sheet actually help me fulfill my goals. And like I said, I get it down to the wire, from making sure the kids get out to school on time to getting dressed. I even have time when I'm supposed to be working out, prepare for workout. So I actually work out with a trainer 3 days a week, and in order to make sure that I fulfill my workout goals, that's what made me decide to get a trainer. I knew that I probably would not commit to just getting up and going to the gym, but I knew that if I paid someone, then yeah, I would definitely go. I do not believe in wasting money. I'm a penny pincher. I love to save, and like I said, I don't believe in wasting money. So whatever's going to help me fulfill my goal, if I feel that it's a good investment, I'm going to do it. I mean, it's for myself. And like I said, this is what this segment is all about. It's about making 2018 more powerful than 2017. So let's touch a little bit on goal settings. Like, what were your goals for this year? And what were the things that you wanted to do? And have you even accomplished anything? Today is February 1st, so happy February 1st. What did you say at the end of last year, or even January 1st? Hey, I'm going to do this differently in 2018. And then have you actually done it? I can say a few goals for myself. I have my fitness goals. I don't want to lose weight. I mean, as you can see, I'm going to stand up. I don't have a lot of weight, to lose or anything. So it's like I don't have any, as far as weight loss goes, I don't have any of those, but I do believe in being healthy. I do believe in being fit. So I do have fitness goals. I want to continue to work out, to, have a very, very long life, if that's what God is, has prepared for me. But I'm not going to, be the one to stand in my way and, and cram a lot of horrible things in my body, or not, work out or do whatever I need to do to stay fit. What other goals do I have? To do better in my business. I want to run my business totally different this year than what I did last year. I mean, I'm totally ramping things up. I want to be, on the forefront. But I want to also touch people's lives and, help them in a way that, they probably never even thought about, So, I have career goals. I have, my own just personal goals, family goals, things I want to do with my family, vacations I want to take with them, and trips I want to take with them. What else? It's a lot of other things that, I have little goals for. They're not New Year's resolutions. They're goals. They're things that I want to accomplish in life. And in order to do that, you have to kind of sit back and make time for it and see, kind of build a timeline. What is it that, you want to do for the year? And whatever you want to do for the year, you need to break it down by doing a little bit each month. And then whatever you're going to do for the month, break that down even smaller and say, okay, well, what am I going to do each week to accomplish my monthly goals? And what am I going to do every month to accomplish my yearly goals? And in my office and my brokerage, and, as everyone know, I'm in real estate. However, this isn't just like a real estate thing. This is when I share with you guys certain things, is for, something that you can implement in your life regardless of what your career is or what you're trying to do. In my office, we do something, we have an accountability group. And in our accountability group, we meet every week on Tuesdays, and we talk about what we want to do for the year, and we actually break it down by monthly and then weekly goals. So I'm going to give you an idea of what we actually do. We actually present this in front of the entire group. So as you can see, it says my annual 411. So it's like annual goals, how I want to break it down monthly. Because of course, I have a lot of annual goals, as you can see, and this is actually broken down into 4 categories: my job, my business, my personal finance, and then my personal life. So in order to accomplish all of that throughout the year, I mean, it's not like I can do it all in 6 months. Some of it may be able to be done in 6 months, but I have to, and you also have to pace yourself. That's a lot. That's a big reason why people fail with their goals. Or I shouldn't say fail, because I don't really like using that word, but why people may not be as successful. You don't try to, charge at it like a bull or anything like that. Break it down little by little so you can, start to see the results. I mean, it's the same with if you're trying to lose weight or whatever you're trying to do. You have a goal to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. That's very doable, but it depends on what else you're doing to try to get to that goal. If you wait until the last 2 months of that 6 month, tenure, then no, you may not be able to do it. But like I was saying with this thing here, we actually break it down. Then I break it down by weekly stuff. What am I going to do weekly? Because like I said, there's no way to get it all done, just boom, boom, boom like that. So you have to break it down in a way that it's going to be feasible for you. It's not going to be overwhelming. That's the biggest thing. Don't get overwhelmed with your goals. Your goals are just for you. They're not going to affect anybody else. It's going to affect your life. I mean, it probably could indirectly affect somebody else, but at the end of the day, make your goals achievable. If you sought out to make $1 million in 2018, make sure, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't do it. Yeah, you can do it if you put your mind to it, but you have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, it won't happen. Everything is about making a plan. Everything that you do, when people get married, you don't just wake up one morning and say, okay, you proposed, I said yes, and then in 2 days you're getting married. People plan for weddings. They visit different venues before they decide on one. They go see, florists and do cake tastings and all of that stuff, and pick out seat covers and tablecloths and all of that great stuff that people do. So just as much effort as you would put into a wedding or even a hairstyle or whatever it may be, or whatever it is, you have to put in that much effort to your goals. If you don't, then it just becomes, just words on a paper. Another thing that I want to do in my office, a few people in my office did this. I believe it was like toward the end of last year, and I wasn't able to attend. I think I had a closing or something that day, but or home inspection with a client. I forget what it was, but it was something important, and I couldn't make it to the office. It was a vision board. I actually have a vision board. It's actually sitting in my office area, but I have a vision board. I got it from the dollar store, so it cost me only $1. I think it was from Dollar Tree, but you can find it wherever. But it's just a regular, whatever size board, and basically what you do, you're putting your vision onto the board. You don't have to do a time blocking sheet. You don't have to do, that other sheet that I showed you, which said my 411 at the top, where you're breaking your goals down. If you choose to, that's great. I would, definitely share it with me. I would love to see your version of it. But do a vision board, but you have to put it somewhere where it's going to be within your vision. Like if you sit it off to the side, like right now my board is to the side, but I know it's there. I know it's something I want to do, but I also have other things to help remind me of my goals, like the sheets that I just showed you. I use my iPhone a lot, I have multiple calendars in there. I have multiple reminders. And the cool thing with the calendars, you can actually formulate different calendars. You can have a personal calendar, you can have a career calendar, you can have a fitness calendar. You can make different calendars, and it can be linked all to that one main calendar. So when you click on it, you'll see, okay, I have this with this. Like when it's my workout time, it's in my calendar. When my assistant schedules stuff for me, I have to make sure it's in my assistant's calendar, because of course, if I'm time blocking and I have goals that I want to meet, I have to make sure that the people that interact with me knows that as well. So I have to make sure that I can fulfill my goals if there's someone else helping me on the business end. And speaking of people helping you, getting an accountability partner is probably key when it comes to fulfilling your goals and goal setting. My accountability partner, like I said, we have a group at the office, but my one-on-one person is my teammate, Gus Mendoza. He also lives in the same town where I live. So it's really convenient. We work together, we live in the same town. So it's really convenient for us to get together, on Monday mornings, because we have a meeting every Monday morning from 9 to 11. So, even with my calendar, there's times that I time block out time where I'm not dealing with anyone. So from 9 to 11, actually before 9 o'clock, because guess what? I have to make sure the kids get up and get ready. I have to make sure I get my breakfast ready. I have to make sure I get dressed. So pretty much my Monday morning up until 11, or we might go a little bit over, so maybe 11, 10 or 10-ish or so, I'm not doing I'm not dealing with anyone else but the kids, myself, and then Gus. Time blocking, goal setting. You have to do it in order to, accomplish those things that you want to. When it's my workout time, I've had clients that want to meet during a time where it may be my workout time. I don't just outright say, well, that's my workout time, I can't do it. But I will say, I'm unavailable during this time. How about this time? Something that's more convenient for me, because like I stated, if you do not accomplish your goals and time block your time out, you will never get anything accomplished. And thank you everyone who's watching. If you're just joining me, we're talking about goal setting. So if you're just tuning in, please go back and watch from the beginning, because I think you'll find a lot of the content very informative and valuable. But like I said, I'm not, if I have something already time blocked for that time, I am not going to schedule something else. That's just constantly pushing things back, and you do not want to push things back, because that's like pushing your goals back. Why push your goals back? Doesn't make any sense. So I would love for you all to share with me, how do you ensure that you're going to fulfill your goals? Just kind of think about it. If you want to share with me personally, guess what? You don't even have to share if you don't want it to be shared. But if you do want to share, if you need an accountability partner, I don't mind being your accountability partner. We may not work for the same place. We may not, live in the same town. But hey, we can Facebook it. I am big on social media, so we can Facebook it, whatever we need to do to ensure that, you accomplish your goals for 2018, because, I want everyone's 2018 to be a little bit more powerful than their 2017. I remember, like I said, I don't really have any weight loss goals, because if I lose any more weight, I'm going to look like that. But I do have fitness goals. But I remember when my dad passed away in December of 2015, and we were also in the process of buying our house. and we were about, like, the day that he passed away, I was probably 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks or so away from closing on the house. And that was the first family, not the first family member that had passed away, but the first really close, like in my immediate family, that had passed away. So it was very different for me, dealing with, death. It's like I've dealt with death, but not that close to home. So it was so different. And I don't remember what my weight was, but I can tell you that I had lost, maybe not lost weight, so I don't think I'm about to say that, but I had really lost, I don't want to say myself, but the things that I used to do, things that I was passionate about, I stopped doing a lot. For those of you that may have, connected with me on Facebook, some years ago, or however you met me, Tasty Pastry Shop, LLC, that is my online bakery business. When he passed away, I sent a Facebook message out saying, hey, I'm going to, be closed for X amount of time. Now, that was December of 2015. Didn't know how long I was going to be closed. Plus, I was trying to move, so I knew that I was going to take some time off from my bakery business. And we finally, closed. We were moving, so I was super busy trying to get things packed. At the time, I had just got laid off from work, and I was not in real estate at the time. I was sort of kind of in real estate, but not in real estate. That's another story for another time, but either way it goes. I had got laid off from my job, from my regular 9-to-5, and I was just sitting here at home. I mean, I was, of course, trying to get things together because we were moving, or we had just moved. So I was the one to do all the unpacking, going from upstairs to downstairs to, putting stuff away and doing all that stuff. But somewhere in between there, I really lost goals, I really did. And I did not have an accountability partner at the time. And I gained weight from just basically sitting at home, but also just grieving, that really affected me when my dad passed. We may not have been the closest, but it was still my dad, So, between the grieving period and then living in a new home and then, trying to figure out what I wanted my next career to be because I was tired of getting laid off. I was in the marketing and advertising industry, and it's very, the sector that I was in was very retail driven, very client-based driven. So we had clients to come and go, and when those shifts happen, pretty much, companies have to downsize. So that's to make a long story short. So I was like, you know what, this is like about the third time this has happened, so I'm tired of it. And that's when I decided, at some point in time, it was all God. I guess God was my accountability partner and always has been. But back then I didn't realize that because a lot of things kept being thrown my way about real estate. And I was like, okay, I need to get serious about this. And here I am today, a licensed Illinois real estate broker, only in Illinois. And I can deal with rentals, of course, purchases, and I can sell your house for you. But back to my story. So, back then, I was in that place where I didn't have an accountability partner. That, at least in my head, I didn't. I didn't have any goals set. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I hadn't really shut my bakery down. But like I said, it was all online. But I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't accomplishing anything. And finally, like I said, that accountability partner there, made me see the big light and made me realize, there was a lot more that I should be doing. And, thankfully I listened, and thankfully I started fulfilling some goals, because had I not listened, I wouldn't be here talking to you today, because more so, well, I shouldn't say I wouldn't be here talking to you. Maybe I would be. Maybe it just wouldn't be on the same level. Who knows? I probably wouldn't be a realtor, basically is what I'm trying to say. And going back to my online pastry business, so the bakery is called Tasty Pastry Shop LLC, or at least it was an LLC. I actually did not even continue with my LLC, but decided that just a few days ago, well, actually, no, well, a few days ago, I shouldn't even say days. A few weeks ago, I was talking about maybe I should actually do something with this whole bakery thing. I know I'm super busy with real estate, but I made a huge investment when I decided to start up. I mean, I put in a lot of dollars. But yesterday, I decided to take up a hobby too. So this wasn't, I don't know, I can't say this was a goal, but I wanted a hobby, and it's kind of relaxing to have a hobby. I have a few different hobbies, but this one particular one was something very different for me. I decided to take some crocheting classes. Now, you all are probably thinking crocheting classes. Yes, I decided to take crocheting classes at Michael's. The same Michael's I used to teach cake decorating classes at. Yes, I used to teach cake decorating classes. I love baking and cake decorating. But like I was saying, decided to take up a hobby, so I guess that's a goal too. You know what? I do have a goal. I'm in the process of making a scarf, and next week, when you all join me, and I hope you do, I'm going to show you how far I've gotten, because my spool of yarn has gotten really skinny, and I'm not 100% for sure, because I'm new at this whole crocheting thing, how much yarn I'm going to need. I want to make an infinity scarf, so hopefully it works. I might have to add on, but whatever. But back to my story. So as I was stating, so I was looking for something in the basement. So I'm in my basement yesterday, and I'm going through boxes. And as I'm opening up stuff, I knew that like I said, I've made a big investment in all of my, pastry decorating and baking supplies. Big investment. But what I didn't realize is that I have stuff even in my garage, and I have a full-size basement. I just don't want to be greedy and take up the entire basement, because it's not like I'm the only one that lives here. But I have stuff in the garage. So I'm like looking at all this stuff, and I open up this one storage bin. And when I say, I know you guys can't see my hands, but I mean, like, it's a nice size storage bin. It's like pretty, decent size. And lo and behold, I open it up. Now, like I said, I have always known where my cake decorating and pastry stuff is. I have a ton of it in my basement, and I have a decent amount in the garage too. And it's nicely wrapped up and everything, but I opened up this one bin where I thought it was something totally different, and I looked like a deer in headlights when I opened up this bin, because it was just more stuff. And at that moment, it just hit me. I had an epiphany. I was like, you know what? Last month, I think, Gus and I, that's my teammate that I mentioned earlier, and you've probably heard me talk about him before, but Gus and I, we were coming back, I believe, from the office or wherever we went. And he said, I think I was telling him that I thought about, resurrecting Tasty Pastry Shop. And he said, I know a perfect little spot, and it was close by home. And he drove me to the area, and I pictured the area, but I couldn't picture this, this actual building. It used to be a State Farm, and I don't know who the agent is, but the agent is no longer there. It's like on the corner by the Prairie Path. If you don't know what the Prairie Path is, look up the Illinois Prairie Path. And I'm so sorry if I sound weird. Another goal of mine, I wear Invisalign, and it makes me speak weird. That's another goal. Back last month, month before last, December, I had stopped wearing them because I got really busy during the holiday season, and then I reincorporated it maybe 3 weeks or so ago, and it makes you speak weird, but whatever. So he showed me this cute little spot, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's right off the Prairie Path. It's like, it's not in really a downtown area, but it's like if you drove through, it'll look similar to like a downtown area, nothing like downtown Chicago or anything like that, but just like a suburban little small downtown area. I mean, it's the cutest little spot. It's like right on the corner, and I'm like, goals, #goals. I want that spot. I was just talking about it last night, like, I have all of this stuff. If I had a location that I could start my business up and take it from online to a physical location, and I'm still going to be doing real estate, I'm going to need some employees. I'm going to need someone that's going to bake as well as I do and decorate as well as I do, because I'm very meticulous when it comes to things. I want to produce a good tasting, good looking, quality product. And I do that with all my businesses. When I help someone find a home or even sell their home or find a rental, I don't want them in anything that I wouldn't want to be in unless that's what they choose. If they choose to, want this or that, that's their preference. I am very supportive of that. But if they tell me they want move-in ready with boom, 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 stainless steel, granite, blah, 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 as long as it's within their budget, and we understand that's a totally different topic for another time, but as long as the stars are aligning for them, then that's where I'm going to put them, But back to my whole bakery thing. So yeah, cute little spot. And I'm like, I have to get this. I mean, even if it's not that spot, I don't know if God wants me to have that particular spot right there. But for me to even have this epiphany, like I said, I know where all my cake decorating and baking supplies are. But this one bin, when I opened it, I had my thoughts just change. Like I was looking for something totally different. And the thoughts that flowed through my brain was just, I don't know. It's like the light bulb lit up and the harps were playing and the sun was shining on me and beaming down on me. And it just gave me that whole notion of, wow, that's definitely probably a really big goal for me. I know I won't be able to do it this year because, like I stated earlier, you have to plan for these goals. I have to break it out to what I'm going to do yearly and then break that down monthly and then what I'm going to do weekly. So yeah, that's one of my biggest goals. So if you guys out there want to keep me accountable for starting up a physical location for Tasty Pastry Shop, I would be more than happy to accept you being my accountability partner for that, because I want to do it. This is 2018, so I'm going to give myself 2 years. So let's see where I am 2 years from now. And like I said, if you guys need an accountability partner and no one has volunteered, I don't mind, because I am all about supporting and uplifting, and if I see someone trying to self-improve themselves, I am all for it. So I am going to wrap up this segment of Let's Talk Sense. Thank you for joining me, and as always, thank you for your support.